Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. Before I start my presentation, I just want to thank you guys for taking a moment of your time to watch my video about user manual for Shadowverse. First, I'll be introducing myself. My name is Danny Sharif bin Mohammed Zamani and my matrix number is 10DDT23F1149. What is Shadowverse? Shadowverse is a digital collectible card game that was developed and published by Cygames. It is both available on PC and mobile, so even if you don't have a PC, you can just download it on your phone and enjoy the gaming experience. So, how do you play this game? Players have to build decks with a combination of followers, spells, and amulets in order to reduce your opponent's defense to zero. And also, this game introduces an evolving mechanic, which means it allows certain followers to transform into more powerful version of themselves after meeting specific conditions. This adds an extra layer of depth to the strategic aspect of the game. On to the next one, I'll be talking about the components of Shadowverse. Shadowverse consists of four elements, which are cards, decks, leaders, and game modes. Without wasting anyone's time, I'll be talking about the first component, which are the cards. The cards are the core component of Shadowverse. Each cards represent followers, spells, and amulets, and each of these cards have their own unique attributes, abilities, and associated costs. This shows that this game fully relies on your strategic IQ and control the cards that you have based on their descriptions. And on to the next one is we have decks. So players can build decks using the cards that they have collected throughout the game, whether they got it after defeating an opponent or after they completed a story in story mode. So players have to choose a deck to play with other players, and each deck consists of 40 cards. The third one is the leaders. So the leaders are avatars that are chosen by players to represent them in the game. And each of these leaders actually have their own unique ability that can be activated during matches. So you can take full advantage of this to maximize your deck and defeat your opponent with ease. This also adds an extra layer of strategy to the gameplay. The last one we have game modes. So Shadowverse offers various game modes such as story mode, rank matches, private matches, and special events. And each of these modes provides a different gaming experience, such as story mode, where this game can offer a delightful storyline and you can understand the leader's lore much better through story mode, and ranked matches where you can compete with other players competitively and gain greater rewards. And lastly, you can also play private matches if you want to play with your friends. Alright, after I've briefly explained to you guys on what Shadowverse has to offer, this next step will show you on how to join the Shadowverse community, or in other words, on how to install the game. So for the first step, it's simple enough. You would just have to visit the official website, or you can just use a trusted digital distribution platform such as Steam. And after that, you would just have to scroll down and you'll see an option where you can download the game. Just click on it. Simple enough. And on to the next step, you're just one step closer to enjoy the Shadowverse experience. So after you've done with the installing, just click on the game and you will be given an opportunity to create a username. So from here, you just have to use an alias, and after that, you would be given a choice to choose a language for for the text and voice for you to experience throughout the game. And so, moving on to the next step, after you've done with all the first step settings and all, you will be given your very own first story and story mode. So from here, you would just have to do your tutorial. Just click on the first story, and the game will guide you from A to Z throughout the whole tutorial to make sure you understand the game properly. And after you've gotten the grasp on how everything works, you can just complete the tutorial to move on to the next step. And here we are, the next step, the step number 4. After you're done with the tutorials, you will reach the home screen where you can access to other game modes. The game modes that I've mentioned earlier in the components of Shadowverse. And this is also the place where you can claim your rewards so that you can use those rewards to buy more cards to improve your decks. If somehow you guys manage to install the games without following my instructions, I'm afraid that there are consequences on improper installations. So I'll be explaining to you guys why. But firstly, it goes without saying that the official website or the App Store is the only legitimate place to download the game. Because if you were to download the game using a strange link that were given by a stranger, it may compromise your computer security, and it also may lead to incomplete installations or connectivity. So, in other words, you just might get virus by a stranger. So, I would strongly suggest you to just download the game through the official website. And also, even if by chance you get to download the game using the strange link, it might result in performance issues or failure to launch. This next one, I will be explaining to you guys on the procedure of Shadowverse in more detailed explanation. So for the first step is simple enough. You just have to look at the game on your PC and then click on it. And the next step, you'll be given the same task. Just click to start, and before you play any matches, you first have to opt into your deck. And as you can see, you will be given 8 different decks, and each of them provides different gameplay. I'll show you on how to edit your deck. On the bottom part is the deck, the card that you own in your inventory, and the top part is the card that you use in your decks. So easy enough, you just have to drag the cards in your inventory to add it inside your deck, or drag it back down to remove it from your deck. And on to the next one is, of course, the game modes that you can choose. You have solo, where you can play by yourself, multi, where you can play with other players and your friends, and arena, where you can play the game competitively in tournament matches. Moving on to the next step, I will be talking to you guys about the story mode. This game have a beautiful story that they can offer. Each story is a sequel to the previous one, so every time you progresses through it, it will build up in every story, and it will get more and more exciting. After you've chosen the story that you want to play, you are also given the choice to choose a leader. Each leader have their own unique ability, so make sure to read them before you use them, or you will lose in shame. And the next step is click on the next level. So as you can see, I've completed the previous level. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Click on it and you will be given the choice to disable voice and enable voice. So you can disable voice if you want to play the story mode on mute, and you will be given the choice to use your own deck or use the deck that is already given by the game itself, so that you wouldn't have to worry about making your own deck. You can actually test out the deck that are given by the game so that you can understand what they do. So then you will just jump straight into the story. And on to the next one is your play points and abilities. So as you can see on the right side is your play points. These are essential for you to use cards, because as you can see, the each card have numbers on top of them, and those numbers represents the play points that you need to for you to use them. If your play points are less than that, then you cannot whatsoever use them, and your play points will increase by one every time you end your turn. And of course, each card have their own specific abilities. You just have to click on them and then read the description in order to understand on how and when to use the cards. Of course, the next step is the community and events. This game have collaborated with other mainstream games or mainstream shows, so make sure to participate and take the opportunity to get limited items that you can only get once. And finally, the last step is of course the settings and options. You can set the audio or video settings or battle settings or even stages settings up to your preferences. It doesn't matter how or what you want to change, it's up to you. And of course other settings such as friend request notifications, so that it wouldn't bother you whenever you're not playing the game, because it would be kind of annoying and a drag. And of course, there are precautions or safety measures in Shadowverse while you're playing the game. So first and foremost, I really hope that you guys can respect your opponents and have a fair play. And don't spread any negativity or toxicity in the game. And have a fair play and don't use any cheats. Play the game fair and square. And for privacy awareness, I really hope you guys don't share your personal information online, not just in this game, anywhere online at all. Make sure you don't give any personal information to strangers and use an alias as your username, and don't use your real names. And for age appropriate content, I hope parents and guardians have set an age restriction for younger players, because this game may contain some fantasy violence. And of course, last but not least, time management. This game can be addictive, and also you need to manage your time between playing this game and finishing your job or your schoolwork, basically your real life situations. Just balance out between these two and you'll be all good. Alright, we've reached the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank all of you for watching my video till the end. And I hope there wasn't any misunderstanding or miscommunication in my video. And yeah, hopefully you guys will try out the game and feel the gaming experience for yourself. May your decks be well crafted, your strategies ingenious, and your adventures in the world of Shadowverse truly unforgettable. Thank you for watching.